Oh, yeah. Fatality.
Let's be friends.
Friendship.
Hello, everybody. Straight from the heaven. Two smart men.
Alvidus Julskas.
And Chrisus Linus.
It's all here. It's all here. It's all here and all ready for people to listen to and do whatever they wish with. Maybe they don't want to listen to it. Maybe they just look at it.
At the picture.
Yeah, just look at the picture and go, yeah, that's enough.
It's enough. That's very good.
Like when you look at a book and you just see the cover and you go, yeah, I'm not reading that.
Yeah, you're just enjoying a cover.
Yeah, and even
for a month.
Like you get all the way to the end of the book and you're like, the cover's better than the book. But I don't feel ripped off because I really like the cover. Because I think all of it's pretty hard, right? Like, you know, when you kind of look at a painting and, I don't know, watch a film and you take away just one thing from that film, like one line or one look or one kind of, I don't know, you say, oh, but, you know, that hairstyle in that film from that one guy was, wow. For you, maybe that's all that film was about. Maybe that's the only reason it came into your realm of thought, so that you could just appreciate one thing that day. You go, you know what? The world might be a fucking disaster, but just for this moment, that hairstyle in that film, wow.
So deep, straight to that deep, yeah. I already almost lost myself. You know?
Too early to get lost.
Okay, we should get Arbatos rinkinys
Taip.
to our podcast listeners
Who are not Lithuanian.
who are not Lithuanian. Arbata yra. What can you explain? What's Arbata?
Well, I can't explain like the etymology of the word arbata, but I do know that arbata is tea.
Okay, so what's the etymology? Or you cannot?
Like I can't.
Okay.
I don't know where the word came from.
Tea.
No, but where did arbata come from?
Arbata.
Yeah. Is it something to do with hot water? No.
Don't think so.
I mean, I don't even know where tea comes from.
Yeah. So why tea? Why not just leaves?
Yeah, dried leaves. I mean, obviously tea is much easier to say than can I have a cup of dried leaves?
Or just maybe just dries.
Can I have a cup of dries?
Cup of dries. Cup of dries with water, please.
Yeah, just a cup of dry, thanks, mate.
Okay.
Arbata is tea.
Arbata is tea. We are gonna.
That's what Alvidus is looking for right now. All you listeners out there.
Yeah. So you're hearing the sound from the package of Arbata.
The box
Package, yeah. And we're gonna go with some Cebralis and Aviete.
Cebralis sur Aviete, translated into English, is time with raspberries.
Raspberries, yeah, definitely. So
I'm not a complete idiot. Ha ha. Ha ha. Didn't even Google that.
Or maybe we just complete dumb idiots. Or maybe we are
Two smart men.
complete idiots.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I like it.
Sounds interesting. Two smart men, complete idiots.
Too smart man, complete idiot. I think the title of it kind of says complete idiots anyway. Too smart man. I don't think my partner, Diva, said the other night
Yeah.
that, we were just talking and she said maybe I'm stupid. Maybe
You.
No, her.
She
Was taking it on herself. Maybe she's an idiot.
Okay.
And then she said maybe we're all idiots. I said I'm not an idiot. I just have limited intelligence.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. That's dope.
Alvinus's thing. That's deep. And here we are. That's deep. That's another deep.
So limited. Tell me more. Limited intelligence. What's that?
I think I realized probably about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, that I thought I was much better than I was. But actually,
In what realm?
in what realm? In every realm, I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Physiologically,
Physically.
muscles, testosterone, all the hormones.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think. I think I was delusional as to how good I thought I was. Maybe it was longer than 7 years. Maybe it was more like 9 years. And then the process has come to this point, which is, although I've lost the process as well, but
Yeah.
came to the point where I started to peel away all those things and realized that my limitations were actually my strengths. And I didn't have to try and be everything.
Mm.
The classic of kind of be an individual and be yourself. Like no one could live my life. No one wants to live like my life. That's fine. I don't know. Maybe there are people out there that want to live my life, but no one wanted to. And so when I started reflecting and understanding what my capabilities are, rather than believing I can do anything, believing I can do the things that I do really well. But then, like if someone said, "Oh, illustrate a comic book," no. If someone said, "I've got this piece of script that I would like a picture drawn, and I want you to draw that picture," then I can do something, and I could do it really well because I put a lot of dedication and effort into it, and passion and care.
Yeah.
But if someone was like, do it like this thing, no.
Unless you want to learn or explore or...
But I just don't have the interest for it, I don't think.
Okay.
For drawing comic books, specifically. Because there's people that are really, really fucking good at it. And I was like, why would I, waste my time trying to go up against them? When they've perfected it, and the things that I look at that they've drawn, I'm like, that is phenomenal.
But looking that way, it's that much, areas. I mean, in life.
Yeah.
And when you start to dig in something, when you start to become a, let's say, professional or master, or maybe not master, but advanced,
yeah,
you are realizing that you didn't knew that before you were the masters at this particular niche or area or skill or craft or whatever. So where is the limitations of intelligence? Let's go from the top. Back to the top.
Okay, so say for instance, like during the pandemic, everyone was like, "Oh, I know because I read it online. What's going on?"
Yeah,
we all had that moment, right? We all go, "Oh, we're experts," but actually, if you don't study it, then you don't see the nuances of it. You don't see the nuance of a disease. You don't see the nuance, of its effects, what illness it can create, what it can create beyond the initial moment. And so I can theorize the ideas or even ask questions about where it might go. But to actually have the information, like I wouldn't hold it in my head.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, that's what I mean by limited intelligence. I guess. Maybe limited knowledge might be a better.
Maybe it's knowledge. What's intelligence in general?
I guess intelligence in general is like the ability to pick something up and comprehend it, and then maybe even improvise on it and create with it.
It's some sort of capability, yeah?
Yeah, I imagine.
I guess.
Well, there's so many different intelligences. Intelligentsia, isn't there?
Intelligentsia. Sounds like a name of a woman. Intelligentsia.
Yeah, like some beautiful...
Intelligentsia ваша навичуття.
Oh! She's Lietuva's moteris 1023.
1023 labai gražiai.
Oh, here she comes.
Labai gražiai.
And she's holding flowers, but she's more beautiful than those flowers.
Yes, definitely. And don't know about intelligentsia. What's about intelligence? Yeah, but okay, so
well, like emotional intelligence and then the other ones.
Yeah, that's different realms again. But let's say a man lives in the forest.
Yeah.
And reads no books. And watches no YouTube videos.
Okay.
So, and other watches videos and read books. And they lived their lives. So, which is more intelligent? Intelligent, I should say, yeah.
Well, intelligent or intellectual?
Intelligent. So,
yeah, I don't know, because the guy in the forest obviously understands the forest much better than probably not. Let's not say much better, but maybe the guy in the forest, person in the forest, could be a woman, could be whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they understand the forest really well. I don't know. All knowledge is really adaptable, I think.
But the other guys or persons, or they, let's say, they watch YouTube.
The ones
about the forest,
right? The ones on, but they've never actually been to the forest.
Maybe once or twice, but they watched tons of videos on YouTube about how to survive, how to make a fire and make a shelter or whatever.
I think what YouTube and books or whatever offer you is just tricks. Like they go, oh, here's a trick to do this thing. I think the person that would be in the forest would be, let's say for instance you watch one of the ones about bushcraft.
Yeah.
And someone maybe not bushcraft, but someone works out how to get iron ore from a stream.
Yeah.
And the iron ore is only in a specific stream in the forest, and you have to go and find it. I think the guy who's in the forest all the time knows exactly where that is, purely because he can see it.
Yeah.
And he's memorized the forest, all of it, and he knows how to get through it. If you're on YouTube, you go into the forest, you say, oh, I'm looking for iron ore, you might get lost. And then you might die because you don't actually know where you are.
Yeah, agreed. But all the videos about how to survive and not to die, and how to make, how to stay away from wetness, and how to stay, hot, warm.
If you're hot in the forest, I think the forest is on fire. Do they say so? If you get caught in the middle of a forest fire, you're fucked. Is that the end of the YouTube video? But I think it's all adaptable. Like music, for instance.
Yeah.
You could watch as many YouTube clips as you want.
Yeah.
But until you actually make a piece of music and take a moment to look back at it, you've learnt nothing.
And actually you can study and make things, and usually I can see in life, there is a guy who studies a lot, who's doing stuff, and there is other guy or person, which just have that capability for doing this somehow, without any studying. It's just, they just feels right. Feels right. What's the thing? What are the good things or bad things? I mean, and it's all maybe that's the intelligence,
instinct,
intellect. Okay, so you are intelligent. So you are more intelligent, and through your life.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm less. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so 9 years ago I started.
No, I'm actually less, as I can remember. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think, we spend so many years being told to be a certain way, and then when you finally actually start being yourself, you start to believe that you are a little bit stupid. And maybe you were stupid for listening to everyone else about how you should be someone else. So anyway, the thing I was talking about was that, like I started peeling back the want to try and be everything. To everyone, and just understanding that maybe it's not. It's just impossible. You just can't be everything to everyone, because then you're not a person. You're just a reflection of what people are after, and you're not actually driving your own personality and being yourself.
Wow. So how to find your personality? What's your suggestions for our listeners?
I would say the first thing is just to accept whatever it is you're doing at that time, and stop trying to be something that you're not.
What about discipline then?
Discipline?
Yeah. If you're like,
what would you suggest for our listeners?
Like to how to find your true yourself?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you have challenged yourself every day. And maybe if you know what you like, what's your stream, let's say, inner stream, what you are streaming from inside towards for something. If you know, you're lucky. But lots of people don't know, and they have to somehow, dive, I guess, into itself or in self. I don't know. What
into their inner self.
Yeah, into that realm of
unconscious or
conscious.
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. Actually, inner world, So they should dive, and discipline should help. But how to accept? But
you're right. No, you're right. I think discipline is right, because you have to be disciplined about not allowing the previous you to tell you how to continue as the actual you.
Yeah, and you will not make it in a one snap. It should somehow evolve step by step.
Yeah,
and
Just listening to yourself rather than listening to everyone else, I think.
yeah,
And if you come up with something that you think is ultimately idiotic, just accept that's coming from you.
but what to do? There's that tricky question.
Yeah.
If you like you decide that, okay, I'm gonna use that type of discipline, let's say some type of meditation or whatever, to dive into my consciousness or subconsciousness, and like you are trying to put that discipline in your life, and through you, like saying, oh fuck, discipline's not for me. And you should accept that.
Yeah.
And you, okay, it's not for me, I'm okay with that. And you're like failing, I guess.
But failing by whose standards?
Failing by your standards.
By your standards.
By your decision.
Then that's incorrect, isn't it? Then discipline is for you. If you're still failing by your standards,
because you decide to
but
put
then maybe
some discipline.
Hold on, maybe they're not your standards.
Okay, but you decide to put some stuff on your life to achieve something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like psychology, I don't know, what's the word?
Yeah, some sort of structure.
Yeah.
Some sort of framework where you say, I'm going to stick to all these things.
Yeah, because you want to achieve that and that. And you are failing.
Yeah.
I mean, you are failing not because somebody said to you something, you should do like that. Or you just decided by yourself. And you came up with the idea that it's okay for you. Somehow you came up with that, strong determination. And you're like not doing that because you true you.
Yeah.
And you should accept.
Yeah.
And but it's a tricky thing, don't you think so?
Of course, it is a tricky thing because it means that you have to abandon everything you think. You have to abandon everything. If you are against discipline and then you believe you're failing, maybe both of those things are not you. Maybe failure just doesn't even compute in your brain. Maybe failure is just a construct which it is, of course. Failure is a construct of society. Failure is a construct of human beings. That's all. There is no fail, realistically.
Yeah, it's just happening.
The things just happen.
Yeah.
That's all. And actually, like, it's only, I think the major problem is when you're confronted with someone else that starts believing you're a failure. And that's where you have to go, okay, that's what they believe. That's not what I believe.
Yeah, but we have some laws of physics, yeah? And some, let's say, rules of life. Because we live in that dimension. That's an interesting, strange dimension with our bodies, with our emotions, with our understanding. We can shape our understanding, but we cannot shape-shift our body into, let's say, octopus body. Maybe we can. Maybe we can. Yeah.
Yeah, you're answering your own.
But let's.
But what is it like? Does an octopus kind of wander around in the ocean and go, "Oh God, I wonder what it'd be like to be a human"? Do they? Maybe not. Maybe we only have that.
And why? Why do we have that?
Well, I don't know. I guess because we're pretty confused about what it is to be a human. Like, we're confused about what our position is and what our purpose is. Which I have no fucking idea. I don't know. I don't know. Unless our purpose is just to be a virus on the earth until it implodes.
virus on the Earth. So do you believe the Earth is like big, massive, intelligent being?
Not in something that we could comprehend.
Explain that.
Well, I think it's bigger than anyone's acceptance and understanding. And I think that it's like, we have to attempt to communicate through words or music or whatever else. I think the Earth or the galaxy, the universe, communicates in languages that maybe if we understood them, we would unravel ourselves.
You know about that 7 hertz frequency thing?
I mean, I've heard about it from you, yeah.
Yeah, it is saying that Earth itself, they, I don't know how.
Yeah.
He. So it
Earth's got to be a fucking woman.
Should be, because she's like,
It's Mother Earth.
Mother Earth, yeah. Yeah, but
I think even that is a constructive, like being a human being. Like the gendering an Earth is a construct of being a human being, not the Earth. Like the Earth can be anything.
Yeah.
Why would it be limited to just male or female? It doesn't. It's completely nonsensical.
Just for us,
Yeah.
It's for us.
For our own understanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which is why I believe that we can't actually fully comprehend.
And explain, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there is a theory about those 7 hertzes, or 5, but I guess 7 or 7.5. I'm not really, but next time we will YouTube everything.
The next podcast in a few years, but not this one.
Not this one, but yeah, human being can hear from 20 cycles, yeah.
Right.
And it's 7, so you cannot hear that thing.
Right.
You can maybe feel somehow. Yeah, you should feel, because if it's vibrating, so it should go through your body, like every other sound. It's like vibrating our like molecules of water and whatever we've got into our body. That's physics saying that. Maybe.
But if we can't hear it, how do we know it's there?
In the synthesizer world, we've got that low frequency oscillator.
Right. Yeah.
So we actually I can show it now.
Okay. I mean, remember, we're not recording this via video, so they won't be able to see it.
Yeah, whatever. But we will hear.
Ah, but we can't hear it. You just said we can't hear it.
That's the tricky thing.
So that's it?
Don't you hear?
Yeah, I hear, but what is it that we're listening to?
Yeah, and when I'm pushing it to the higher frequency, our like brains start to compute and almost start to understand that has a pitch, of sound.
Right.
When we do not hear it, properly. We hear that wave, wow, wow. That's the cycle.
Okay.
So we cannot hear how the cycle form the pitch, but we actually can hear, what's going, what is happening. It's interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's low frequency oscillator. So actually we can understand what's and we can hear how how it shapes a sound.
How it shapes a sound, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear it how it shapes the sound, but we cannot hear the cycle itself.
No.
But maybe our body, maybe we can shift our bodies into octopus. Because I've read some stories about Buddhist monks which which shape shifted to leopard in the winter. And so why not? Maybe they can. Why not?
Who's to say they can't?
Science.
American
American science.
Universal science.
Yeah.
Well, it's not universal science, global science.
Global. Because
no one knows what anyone thinks on all the other planets that are using their smoke screens and saying, no, we don't want fucking humans on this place. They still don't understand how not to kill each other.
Yeah. They're still there. They are like, they've got into the consciousness, into whole human consciousness violence. That's that's the same like you've got some virus.
Yeah.
Which we like we are like if we civilized people, so we defeated it long time ago, So they've got that violence thing. Yeah, but that's I think violence is not intelligent.
No.
But yet,
unfortunately, it can be necessary sometimes when you are protecting yourself.
Yeah, but
then
that's nonsense.
Yeah.
Of course, if somebody or someone attacks you, you have to run or protect or do whatever you can. But when you trying to think deep down about why, why? Because of what? Of potato, or
because they're trying to take your potato.
Yeah, definitely. But why?
Why are they trying to take your potato?
Yeah, because maybe to grow a potato is way easier than put your body on some stress to fight someone and to be damaged and I don't know.
Yeah, but I think so. But you're right, and I think maybe what the Earth's frequency is when you release yourself from all those other things, and as you go back to acceptance, where you look at the idea of stealing from people, of doing things a certain way, and it always leaves you with horrid feelings. Flashbacks, makes you a certain person.
Yeah.
It detracts you from society, from the world, from love, maybe, from all these sorts of things. And maybe when that happens, things don't you don't actually end up living a very full life because you miss out on so much because you're still stuck on violence, being a tool, a great tool for you to survive, and so you're trapped.
Yeah, maybe that's chemicals in our brains.
Yeah,
I don't know. Some other day I watched several Andrew Huberman's podcasts as well. So I loved that guy. Yeah, and it's for him, it's everything chemicals. And maybe that's true, maybe we just, chemicals.
Yeah.
Chemicals, and the violence gives chemicals, some chemicals as well.
Yeah, like a euphoria from violence.
Yeah.
Possibly the same euphoria that you might feel when you have sex, or
Yeah.
that you might feel from great joy.
Yeah.
And it's just people have wired their brains to receive great joy through violence, rather than receive great joy through love, or through passion, or through, I don't know, compassion, yeah, care, yeah, empathy, yeah, empathy. Yeah.
So, podcasters, I'm boiling
another bit of tea.
Yeah, another bit. Yeah. Take a sip.
Yeah.
Accept yourself.
But yeah, I don't know, like the whole trappings of whatever it might be, whether it's being overly confident or being... It would have made me miss out on a lot of life. Saying, I'm this way, therefore I should be this way until I die.
But when you're like... When you want, to go... When you are a kid, you want to go and play.
Yeah.
Instead of sit and learn.
Yeah.
And you're like...
But I mean, you learn when you're playing anyway.
But not the mathematics.
Not exact mathematics, no. But if you try to count the grains of sand in a sand pit, I think you'll learn something about mathematics.
Yeah. A bit.
And something about the equations of the world. How only... You might learn about volume. Cubic meters. You might learn about the I don't know what other mathematical terms there are. But you'll understand, like, I think if you play in the sandpit long enough, you'll understand most of what we would understand about the world. Maybe. If you can leave yourself open to it without employing violence or boredom. Maybe boredom is another one. Boredom is similar to violence. Boredom traps you. Because I don't know whether there's not enough time to... Of course, you can get bored. Absolutely, of course. But there's not really enough time to waste on boredom. Are you going to be bored until you're 70 and then go, shit, I've got 10 years left? Maybe, if I'm lucky. Maybe I've got 1 year left. And you know how fast a year goes now that you get older. And right at 70, you're like, fuck. I need to stop being bored. Or I need to stop being violent. Changing. I think you always have to change, morph. And maybe, okay, Alvidas, here's the thing.
Okay.
Maybe you don't need to change your body into being an octopus. Maybe it's just your mind. Maybe this physical, fallible kind of tool that we have is whatever. It doesn't matter. Because it can be taken away from you so easily. You walk in front of a car, gone.
Yeah.
But, like your mind and your consciousness is constantly challenged all the time. I mean, your body is challenged by gravity, of course, and by staying out of the way of cars and not falling off cliffs. But, let's say this. If you're knowing that you're headed for death, you've slipped off a cliff, and you've got 3 seconds before you hit the ground below. Maybe not even 3, maybe you've got 2 seconds. Should you be like, oh shit, I wish I'd have done that in my life? Or should you go, I'm going to accept that this is happening?
Should you accept? You should definitely.
Absolutely.
But what you're gonna do when the moment will appear, I don't know. Or what I'm gonna do, I don't know. You know, it depends on maybe the how we developed our mind to work. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the behavior of our mind?
Mm-hmm.
If we behave every time, you know, let's say we afraid of something, every
Mhm.
time we go into the fear,
Mm-hmm.
and we used to go to the fear or go to the violence. So every time when I'm not happy, I'm violent.
Mm-hmm.
Or every time when I'm, you know, let's say, whatever the reason, I'm bored.
Yeah.
So it's how you like. Yeah, it's how you magnetize your mind to work by like repeating and repeating, maybe, and repeating and repeating. You know, the same thoughts, the thinking, the way of thinking. Yeah. So what to do? What to do with all that?
I don't know. I don't think there is anything you can do. Not necessarily anything you can do about many things. And that's the point, isn't it? Like, it's, again, like, you just have to accept. But okay, so fear for us as human beings, we put thought into it. We go, oh shit, if I'm, you know, this is going to happen if I die, and I'm going to miss all these things, and I'm going to miss out on that, and you know, I always wanted to be this, or I always wanted to be that, which is a lot of thoughts to go through when you've got 2 seconds to live because you didn't know you were going to fall off the cliff.
Yeah.
Unless you went out there with someone who said to you, I'm going to push you off the cliff. And you were just doing it for their sake. Like, you're like, okay, that's what they really want out of life. I'll let them kill me. You're just being a great friend, you know? But unless you're doing that, you don't have all those thoughts. So what I think if you transposed your thought process into an animal's brain before it dies, or like when it's feeling fear,
Yeah.
it would be more fearful of this language that it can't understand than the actual predator that's coming to kill it.
It might be.
Yeah, you know, like a chicken is about to get eaten by a fox, and then suddenly a voice comes to the chicken and says, but you never slept with the rooster, or you never got any of your eggs fertilized. And the chicken
Yeah.
So maybe that's what the problem is with us, is we keep trying to build all these structures and everything, and actually the you know, we try and control them, and then we control the outcome, and we control the experience, and we say it has to be like this, and if it's not like that, we've failed, because we're not just accepting ourselves because someone told us that we've failed something.
But I'm thinking, is there any like true possible way to accept fully yourself? Because we've got laws of physics, as I said.
Yeah.
And we have to, you know, we have to accomplish some deeds and behaviors, you know, to feed ourselves and to, you know, be not cold and whatever. So if we truly like every time accept ourselves, let's say, and I'm a lazy man, let's say, and I accept myself as that, and I, you know, accepting, and finally I'll die, and I accepting as well. I should accept, but you know, it's I think, our body will kick us out from that acceptance and will say, you have to go to grab something to eat.
But
or
of course. But then I think what happens there is you're accepting that you are who you are in this world. But then you start to listen to the real things that can drive you. And the
What's
real
that?
things.
What are the real things can drive us?
Oh, I don't know. Like hunger.
Hunger.
Like if you're eating 5 or 6 times a day and you're eating loads of stuff filled with sugar and salt and whatever, and then you maybe accept that they're not bad for you. They're not good for you, sorry.
Yeah.
And you stop eating them.
Yeah.
Completely. Then hunger's going to drive you.
Yeah.
Then you're going to need to find something else to eat. And maybe when you start to find something else to eat, that's when you start to find yourself. But you need to first accept the bad moves that took you to the spot. Bad moves, I don't know, the moves that took you to the spot you were in before.
Yeah.
But then maybe that's completely against what we're talking about, because maybe you should just accept the fact that you eat shitty food all the time.
You should.
But then if something pops up and like doctor says, oh, you're going to die soon, and you don't want to die, then you have to accept the fact that you don't want to die.
Yeah, and accept the fact that you have to change your food.
Exactly.
But you don't want to change your food because you're used to.
Then you have to accept the fact that you're stubborn.
Yeah, and then die. Accept that you are dying because you're stubborn.
Or you accept that you're stubborn, and once you accept that, you go, oh yeah, but I don't want to be stubborn. Maybe you flip your stubbornness. You go, you know what? I'm not that stubborn. I'll change. And you use.
But when you change, you do not accepting yourself anymore.
I think what the thing is I'm trying to get at, maybe, is that you use the stubbornness, instead of it being a weapon against you, you use it as a weapon for you. So
how's that?
So people call you stubborn.
Yeah.
And you are like, yeah, fuck it, I'm stubborn. I'm going to eat all this crap and I'm going to die soon. But then you have a moment with yourself where you go, you know what, I don't want to die. And then you change that stubbornness because you accept that you do have this great, wonderful sword of stubbornness in you. And you, instead of using it to stick to eating crap all the time, you go, I'm gonna use that.
I'm gonna live.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
I'm gonna live.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm stubborn. I'm not gonna listen to you. What do I have to do that? Yeah, those are the things I'm gonna do. And you go at it through that. If you're angry, right, and you're like, I hate being angry, I fucking hate it, then maybe you just accept that you're angry and start using your anger for positivity. And you like get things done. Maybe you go and build someone a house, but you're angry the whole time. You're like, fucking building a fucking house, but you build a house in the end.
Angriness and positivity. I don't know. Is it laying in in the same trench? Because if I'm angry, I want to destroy things.
Yeah.
And angry is like angriness, as I see. It is destroyful. It is
destructive.
Yeah. It is damaging, persons, damaging stuff, damaging, whatever.
But what about if someone's like, you know what, we need to remodel the house. Hey, Alvidas, are you pretty angry? Yeah, I'm fucking angry at the moment. Please come over here. We need all these walls knocked down.
Knocked down, okay.
We need this fridge destroyed.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, exactly. So then you're utilizing your tool for good. There's a positive outcome. People are like, we got that angry guy over and fuck, he ripped out this wall in 2 hours. We had another guy who was lazy and he hadn't done any of it in 6 days.
He was happy.
Yeah, he was happy and lazy. Very positive. Angry guy came over. Great positive outcome for us. There's no wall there anymore.
Yeah, might be.
Maybe.
Why not? So we should get with the final thoughts, I guess. We should go after them.
Yeah, let's chase them.
Let's chase them, because if, we should accept the timeline. We should accept the realm that we are living in the realm of the time.
Yeah.
With some space dimension and time.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, maybe there is other dimension. What about the dimension of our stream of thoughts, or stream of thinking, or stream of I don't know, movement to somewhere, in our inner world, trying to shape shift ourselves into someone or somebody or some direction or whatever.
What about it?
I mean, maybe it's not just only time and space. Maybe it should be related with time, but it is not related with space. I mean, our stream of thoughts. It's spaciousness.
Yeah.
I guess. Because if it is not where it is,
I don't know. But again, that's these are constructs that we developed and we destroy ourselves with, aren't they? Like we destroy ourselves with calling ourselves lazy, rather than calling ourselves
chilly.
Yeah,
I'm just chilly. I'm not lazy.
Yeah, or just allowing things to be processed.
Actually, I was having a lot of arguing with my other friend about laziness. He used to call me lazy sometimes, and I said that laziness, there is no such thing in human life.
Right.
Because if the human being do not do something, it is not because he's lazy. It's just not interesting for him.
Yeah.
Just, it is not driving him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
my final thought on that is that sometimes, which is going to go completely against everything we've talked about.
Good.
But I'm going to accept myself for saying that. Sometimes the laziness or whatever it is, oh fuck, I've lost it. My final thought on it. What did you say?
About what?
About laziness. That laziness is not within.
I mean, there is no such thing in people. It's just some maybe other people put that word onto someone.
Yeah.
And they just, he's lazy.
Yeah.
He's not fucking lazy. He is just not interested in doing that or that thing.
Maybe it's the laziness. The idea of laziness comes because when the person actually puts the effort into it, they love it. But then I don't think that's laziness. Sometimes you need to recharge your battery.
Yeah, definitely.
And you need to, whatever in our industry, the entertainment, music, whatever industry.
Yeah. You cannot recharge your battery.
No. If you recharge your battery, people are like, well, this person's no one.
He's no one. He's not good.
Unless you get to a position where you're so high up.
Yeah, and you're like saying, okay, and usually go to, some islands to recharge my battery for making new book on.
Yeah. and then you come back and you do the thing and everyone's like, oh my God.
Oh shit, he's doing or she's doing that. Oh, yeah. I should go.
And they weren't at it 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. They went away, they hung out for a little bit, came back, wrote for a month, and there's the book.
Yeah.
Or there's the album.
Yeah.
But it's not as though they weren't writing the album then. They were taking the time to experience to life, to travel, to group up all these thoughts and then put them into something. And so that's why I think people say you're lazy. But also I think people say you're lazy because they're jealous.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, and also people are based on their output, like how much they put out. Now, definitely. I don't know if there's a final thought in here, Alvidas. I think we're moving into another podcast.
I think our maybe we used to say that word a lot in our this podcast. Yeah, but I think that final thought. Actually, we don't know what we are really.
No,
and it is thousands of books written what we are.
Yeah,
trying to explain what the life is, and we are tend to grab those books and read and and somehow try to make new constructs of our like thinking in trying to to expand, let's say, our understanding what we are, but yet it's lots of times. I mean, it's many years, 10,000, 100,000 of the, let's say, Homo sapiens kind of history, and nobody really knows what we are and why we are here. So that would be my final thought. I guess our final thoughts.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the best they can come up with is bacteria. And then we just developed into sentient bacteria.
Yeah.
And that's all. But I think that's the process, isn't it? Because you're always like, I'm so much more important, but actually when you go back, you're more insignificant than you could ever be.
Yeah.
And so that's really the process of acceptance, I think.
Actually, there is one thing only important. It is what's important to you.
Yeah.
It's just that matters. I mean...
And don't fuck anyone else up.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself.
Definitely. Because, if you like trying to think what's important to others and accomplish, other important things in your life, what the fuck? That's not a life, I guess. No.
No. Until nothing exists. Too smart man until nothing exists.
Too smart man until nothing exists. Chrisley
Alvidas Mačulskas.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, our listeners, the 1 billion listeners out there.
You guys just keep growing on your own.
Yeah, definitely. So you don't have to listen us.
Yeah.
At all. So
Ever.
You'll
be out there listening somewhere.
Or you should listen to yourself or whatever. So
turn it off.
Anyway, you will not get it, what you are and why you are here. So
yeah.
So the the space is here. Yeah, that time is now. We're using our
time is now.
Yeah, 4 minutes. Chris.
4 minutes.
So that's a metal thing. It's what's that? I don't know.
Well,
it's metal thing. It's some kind of.
It's some sort of spaceship, isn't it?
Yes. Actually, do we know how spaceships are like? Looks like. Do we really know?
No, and why would they be spaceships?
Yeah, why? So, but yeah, you've got that metal thing, and I'm grabbing another metal thing, and
yours has got a lot more metal bits on it.
Yeah, tiny. It's more complex, Yours is like simple. Mine is more complex.
Is it, though? Is it? Or is it just unnecessarily complex?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Let's find out. You can hear low frequency oscillation.